Hey guys, Marco here and I'm back with another video. Susuot ko yung Ateneo course jacket ko. I mean, hindi siya Ateneo jacket, pero every time na pinag-uusapan ko yung BS Biology or anything Ateneo related, it seems na suot ko yung jacket. If you guys don't know, Ateneo has a core curriculum. Okay, according to Google rin, thank you L, core curriculum is basically there to make your stay in Ateneo as interdisciplinary as it can. It integrates different subjects into your major subject. So I'll be talking about several core subjects and my experience with them. I'll just try to talk about my memorable experiences about them instead of going into the specifics. But if you have any questions about it, you can always comment them down below and I can ask my friends about it who recently took core subjects. As usual, timestamps are down below, so if you want to skip ahead to some subjects, go right ahead. First core subject that I want to talk about is INTAC, or also known as Introduction to Ateneo Culture. No idea if this is part of the core curriculum, but I wanted to talk about it because it was a big part in my formation as an Ateneo student. It isn't a class per se, it is more of like a homeroom session. And as the course title says, you get to have a look into how the Ateneo life or Ateneo education system will be. In my INTAC experience, this is where I met one of my closest friends ever. He is actually the prof of my INTAC class and we still talk a lot nowadays. We still play D&D. So shout out sa'yo, Sir Ron. Next subject on the list is actually English and Literature. We call it EnLit because usually they take place one after the other. So 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 Lit. It was a pretty good class, I want to say. My props were okay. I mean, not as memorable as I wanted to. They did teach us how to write papers, which was really nice because Ateneo, I think as a university, is very heavy on papers. So yung next part, Filipino. So, para sa akin, siguro kailangan Filipino rin yung gagamitin ko para pag-usapan tong subject na to. Asignatura. This is embarrassing. Yung prof namin, at the time, si Darain, isa sa mga terror prof daw. Pero nung siya naman naging prof ko, okay naman experience. Medyo scary kasi kung makatulog ka lang sa klase niya, papalabasin niya. Tapos kailangan magsulat ka ng apology letter to the OAA. Yun yung office ng Academic Affairs ata. Pero yung mas memorable moment para sa akin, may oral exam kami na kailangan i-defend mo yung paper na sinulat mo. So anyway, doon ko nalaman na hindi ako magaling sa oral exams. To the point na sinabihan ako ng prof na hindi magiging madali ang buhay ko sa Ateneo kung hindi ako matutong mag-oral exams. So yeah, kailangan magsimula na ako mag-practice noon pa lang. Okay, so next part is physical education, basically PE. I was one of the weird kids that actually enjoyed it and actually gave my all to it because if it weren't for PE classes, I wouldn't have been as physically active in college. I chose subjects that I thought were gonna challenge me. So mga subject ko at the time were Muay Thai, power boxing, weights training, and circuit training. First day, usually syllabus day, walang nangyayari except i-explain lang sa'yo kung ano yung mangyayari for the rest of the sem. And as the Bibo kid, nagdala ko ng full gear ng Muay Thai, boxing gloves, shin guards, mouth guard, headgear to the first day of class. Those turns out 10 minutes lang yung ginamit. Okay, so next part is math. I'm not a math whiz, but I do enjoy math. It's the type of challenge that I think is really good. But the most memorable thing for me in math was not actually a lesson, but the fact that my blockmates, every time they recite in class, they would do this joke. Every time they point to the blackboard, kunwari ito yung blackboard. So, sir, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, next part is chemistry. Buddy, I don't like chemistry at all. Memorable moment and favorite chemistry subject ko, biochem. And mainly because the prof was super nice. She was really enthusiastic when she gives lectures and I felt kind of bad because 8 to 9 a.m. class and then I was part of beatbox. Meaning every night I danced with the team to practice for a competition and then I always fall asleep in her class. I felt so bad na linibre ko siya ng ticket sa RIB. So she watched it and then after the performance or after the competition, I went up to her to say, "Oh ma'am, kumusta naman yung sayo namin?" Then she just looked at me and said, kaya pala lagi kang tulog sa klase ko." So, Ma'am Lim, miss you. So next core class, I grouped it into one and it's Chinese. For some reason, yung free electives ko napunta lahat sa Chinese subjects. But then, fun naman, I guess. Not to be racist, but Di ko rin gets kung bakit ang daming Chinese subjects. Sa lahat na nakuha kong Chinese subjects, I think I only remember certain phrases or one sentence. You are my friend is, I think, I want to say, Ni shi wo ta peng you. And then if you want to ask if you are my friend and they have to answer with a yes or no answer, it's gonna be, Ni shi wo ta peng you ma. Something like that, so please don't judge me. I took traditional Chinese medicine. That was another class na 8 to 9 a.m. So obviously, tulog na naman ako. May pattern kayo makikita na 8 to 9 a.m. tulog ako. We had to remember a lot of acupuncture points. Tapos may mga yang meridian of the heart, yin meridian of the spleen. So next group of core subjects were history. So I took Western history, Rizal, emergence of the Philippine nation, and then Philippine history. So for me, the majority of my takeaway from this was from HI 166. So we were tasked to write a paper with 10 primary sources. I found out ways of looking for those sources to the point where it helped me with my thesis. Wait, let me just go back. Actually, a good thing I found out with history is the fact that there's a lot of misconceptions with history itself. For example, I guess the main one that I remember on the top of my head is Lapu-Lapu did not necessarily kill Magellan. It was a big battle, so it doesn't make sense if he directly killed Magellan, but I guess that's a misconception on its own. Okay, next, philosophy. So I have a love-hate relationship with philosophy, as in the ideas and the concepts that they teach us. Super interesting para sa akin yan. The problem is, hindi ko na-translate it to grades. Very orals heavy ang philo sa Ateneo, so doon ako nagkakaproblema. Best memory. Oh yeah. Philo 101. Very first philo ko with Sir Pasco, one of the best profs I've had ever. Na-rack up ko lahat ng quizzes ko, 4. So, perfect ako. Sobrang on a high ako, but then pagdating ng orals, nag-bomb ako af. To the point na tinanong niya ako, straight up sabi niya sa akin, habang nakikinig, nakaganito siya, "Dan tanggal? Yan lang ba masasabi mo? Wala na bang iba?" Then ako, "Sir, peace. I'm a dip." So, up next, theology. You'd think serving in a church for 3 years straight, every Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. You'd think yung skills ko dun would translate into my understanding of theology. Nah, dude. Pretty hit or miss yung theo experience ko. 50% of the classes I actually like, 50% they're like, they're just fine, I guess. Favorite memory ko, another oral exam moment. After I answered the thesis statement, which I basically presented in class, and she liked the way we presented it. She told me this: "Marco, I really had a hard time deciding what your grade will be. But since you did well naman before, I'll give you a C na lang." So yeah, she felt so bad. She just gave me a C. I have a different grouping for others. They don't like get their own thing. They're not big enough to have their own classification. First was physics. Physics was not really memorable. Lab reps were really hell because one prof was really strict when it comes to the corrections. Sobrang pula lagi nung paper namin kasi red ballpen yung pang check niya. First time ko nagka 13 or 18 out of 100 ng lab rep. But then for some reason, A pa rin nata kami sa huli. Psychology 101, general psychology. One of the highlights of my college life because this is where I met most of my close friends. So at the time, wala talaga akong summer nun, but then gusto ko mag-advance ng subjects para mag-lighten yung 5th year ko. So I took Psych 101 and Economics 102 rather. Yung mga life sci na kabatch ko nasa Psych 101 rin. And then the rest was history because they became my close friends right after. Next was Economics 102, the class that I took with Psych 101. This is the only time yung experience ko nag-translate sa subject. So I was really into economy-based video games. So yung mga SimCity, City Skylines, Anno 1404. But yung funny thing about this class was nagka-group picture kami at one point. Tapos yun yung gagamitin niyang header sa Facebook group namin. So yun, nag-compress kami. Tapos nag-picture siya. Then in-upload niya. Nung chinek yung upload, hindi ako nakita sa picture kasi nasa far left ako. Wala akong kilala sa class, so yeah, he just laughed at it and I was like, yeah, fine, it's fine. I don't care. Next is SA21. Most memorable thing about this subject was the fact that it was pretty cool, pretty enlightening because it's about sociology and anthropology, so it's more about people rather than other things. I don't really remember much. The cool thing about this subject was the prof. He was really nice. He's pretty cool because he's always in a beach somewhere at the time. So next class before I get into my minor subjects is POS 100, Politics and Governance. I swear to God, yung times na gising lang ako sa class na to, mabibilang ko sa isang kamay. That's it. So next part, actually I want to talk about my minor. I do have a minor in management, so I want to talk about it separately because it doesn't really fall under any other category. First subject is ITM 11.1. It was one of my favorite classes because it was about Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, but then mostly on Excel. Because of this class, I started using Excel excessively. And the prof was super nice too. I think she started teaching when I went into her class, and then a fun fact is her sibling might be my prof in the future. All I know is the prof that is in ASM that I might have has a book, and I bought it and he signed it and gave me a dedication. Super excited. Next class is Accounting 15. It was pretty okay. It's basically a class about my job as a VP for finance, but my terms lang here and there and some processes that I had to learn. It was pretty okay. Transition into that kind of subject was easier than I thought it would be. Next is Finance 101. Easiest class in this minor set ever. I really like the prof because he knows his stuff. He used to work at the PSE, I want to say, the stock exchange. I forgot, basta super legit yung job niya. Then I think he's a PhD guy, and I don't know why he's teaching a 101 class. Next is Marketing 101. Super fun subject. I met a lot of good friends here. My group became my set of friends in this class. Memorable moment was the fact that they used my idea as our project. I was just throwing ideas here and there, and then I was like, yo, biogesic headache relief rub. And then they were like, yo, my guy, top-notch idea, let's use that. Then eventually down the road, we were invited by Biogesic to present at their office. But the sad thing was, none of us were available except for this one guy, who, by the way, has a really cool chili garlic line. Y'all should really order. I'll link it down below. Not sponsored. And he presented our project alone. Oh shoot, dude, the prof used to be a med student. Yeah, the prof used to be a med student from UST, I think. And then he's really dope, he's really nice. Next two subjects, I don't really have much say because we never really finished it because of the pandemic. So it's Equity Investments Analysis, Fin 124. So the class was really interesting because I've been studying it for 3 years. I've been doing it for 1 year. So it's more of an application of what I've been doing. But the class time was really hell because it's every Wednesday 6 to 9 p.m. because the guy works at the bank. So after 3 hours worth of lectures, I just die right after. Last subject, finally, Organizational Behavior, LS100. Not gonna lie, I don't know anything that happened in this class. The prof wanted so much things to happen, but because of COVID, they didn't happen. Like, we had to interview people from companies, then we had to reflect on it. I don't know, I didn't really learn anything. Okay, that pretty much sums up my core curriculum experience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if naging konyo ako at some point of this video. I want to apologize if this is quite a long video. I'll try to compress it as much as I can. But then there are a lot of core subjects. So, question for the video, if you have a core subject that you liked, comment them down below and why. Usual spiel, subscribe here. I want to say it's here. And then next video's up and down there. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys in my next video. Peace.